I'm sure as you can see, we have this little setup here because there is no lights. We have not had lights or electricity now for literally the last 3 weeks. And I don't really want to talk too much about it because that's not what this video is about. But basically, in our school, our university and all that, they usually pay light bill to like the electricity company, NEPA, that's what they call it, or EBDC, I don't know. They shall pay electricity bill to the electricity company and they supply the school with light. So all of a sudden, the electricity company was like, hey, they want to increase the bill. So from what I heard, they said the school pays 280 million naira every month. So let's just say $80,000 every month. Then the electricity bill people say, no, you know what, want to increase it now to 280 million or $280,000 every month. And the school is like, no, we're not going to pay that. Well, they just increase it all of a sudden. So then the electricity people were like, since you're not going to pay, we're going to cut off your lights. And that's exactly what they did. Now I've not had lights for 3 weeks straight. 3 weeks, they actually made it 3 weeks. And this time next week I'll make it a month, which is crazy. So that's just like how we are. Like it's very hard to just charge phone, charge electronics and stuff. But anyways, I'm still here making this fucking video. So what I just want to talk about today is I feel like you should follow your passion. And let me explain my viewpoint on this. When I say I don't usually even like to use the word passion because passion sounds too strong, it sounds too wishy-washy. When I say follow your passion, you think passion is like, oh, you must enjoy the thing the way you enjoy watching your favorite movie, or the way you enjoy like scrolling on your phone, or when you listen to your favorite music or eat your favorite food. I know when you do all these things, you feel very good, it feels sweet. When I now say when you follow your passion, you feel like think that's what your work has to be like, or that's what your work has to feel like. Work doesn't always have to be like that. Like you don't necessarily have to be like, oh, sweet or whatever. As long as what you are doing, you actually care about it. That's my own definition of passion. What you are doing, you actually just want to do it. Like, this is what I actually want to do, rather than oh, it must be sweet like the way you eat your favorite food or listen to your favorite. It doesn't have to be that. Don't get this wrong. Like, so instead of saying passion, I like to use what you're interested in or what you actually want to do. I feel like you should really do what you're interested in or passionate about. Let's just use the word interest to replace passion because it just sounds better. But in the online space, at least especially in the make money online space, everybody will tell you, don't follow your passion. Don't follow your passion. Nobody cares about your passion. Focus on what is practical. Blah blah blah. And that is very very true. That's actually sound. Like in terms of when you want to make money and stuff, is like basically to make money, at least in the fundamentals and all that, is you just have to provide value, solve somebody's problem, and charge money for the solution to that problem. They pay you. So whether you're passionate about the solution you're providing to that person or not, it doesn't matter. You're going to get paid. So that's like the whole idea. So it's like just find something that can make you money and focus on it. But from personal experience, just doing that hasn't really worked for me. Maybe because I've not been consistent enough, maybe I've not worked hard enough, maybe I'm too lazy, whatever. But at least from what I've observed, it's like it's never really worked out. It's never really worked for me because when you actually care about what you want to do, when you're actually interested in the thing you're doing, you actually want to put in more effort in it. And like I said, that's why I didn't use the word passion again. Well, if you say passion, you think like, oh, it's always going to be sweet. Because work is not always sweet. Like, work is not fun. Work is not fun. Like, sitting down watching a movie is always going to be more fun than actually doing work. Sitting down and scrolling on social media is always going to be more fun than actually doing work. Sitting down and listening to your favorite music is always going to be more fun than actually doing work. So work is never fun. But when you do work you are actually interested in, and I just say it's never fun, but like it's actually more fun than doing something that you don't care about. But like work is not as fun as watching your favorite movie or whatever. All those are just like dopamine, whatever. But you get the point. The point I'm just trying to make is like when you actually care about what you want to do, you're a lot more likely to first of all be consistent with it. Second of all, actually want to make progress in it, and third of all, work hard on it. Like when you care, you want to be good at what you do. Like you want to be good at that thing. rather than just like I'm finding it hard to word my thoughts because if it's something you don't really give two fucks about, like you're not you're not really going to have that, how would I put it now, that zeal to want to really grind on this skill and level up to the high, you know, echelons of that stuff versus something you're really interested in. So like it will just be harder. And sometimes you might have the intention, you might have the desire to level up, but it will just be harder to do. Like for example now, let me think of something. So let's say copywriting. Copywriting. Since I'm interested in copywriting and I'm still going to I still want to really learn about it and all that. I'm really interested in it. But so let's say copywriting me for example. So copywriting for me to get the most results or do all this stuff. Basically you have to go and message, code DM, let's say hundreds of people. Code DM hundreds of business owners, entrepreneurs, people and stuff, and be like, hey, let me write copy for you and all that. That's literally it. And then you actually practice the copy, make sure you're good, get better every day. Do that like 100 code DM, hundreds of people, do outreach and all that, and you like it will work. That's the theory. But me as a person, like of course, like I said, I want to learn the skill, I want to actually get good at copywriting. But I don't really care about copywriting. Like I don't like to use the word passion, but I'm more interested. I don't want to say I'm not passionate about it, but I am a lot more interested in making videos like this than writing copy. I'm a lot more interested in editing videos than writing copy. So when these two tasks, when I'm meant to deal with them, these two type of things, I'll just do more video editing stuff than copywriting stuff, just because naturally, like I just prefer this. Like I'm just more interested in this. So obviously, I'm not trying to say you should avoid the hard work or you should never do what has to be done. I know my thoughts are kind of all over the place, but the point I'm trying to make is when you actually care about the work you do, like you want to make progress in it. It's like me, for example, now I want to actually make better videos, and I'm not even talking in terms of like trying to what's it called now? Trying to be like a self-improvement guru, entrepreneur, whatever. Like I'll still like to get to that phase immediately. When I say better videos, I'm talking of like just high quality like production type shit, high quality like cinematic films, high quality like animated stories, things of that nature. Like I just prefer that, and I'm a lot like I'm willing to put in the work and effort to level up in that area a lot more than I am willing to put in the work and effort to level up in copywriting. Obviously, like I'm still going to put in work and learn about copywriting, because whether I like it or not, if you're trying to sell anything online, you need to be decent as copywriting. So you must learn it. You can't. It's not everything you must do. That's just one side. And everything in your life doesn't have to be passion. There's some things that you don't really care about, you don't really like, but you just have to get it done. But in general, I just feel like you should focus on what is important to you, like rather than just because okay, let me just say this then call it a day. So for the longest time, at least especially since last year 2023, I started to really just focus on what could work, like what can make me money. I don't care about passion, forget about passion, delete passion from your vocabulary, just focus on what is practical and all that. And that doesn't really sound bad, nothing really sounds wrong with that, but all the things I did, I never succeeded in anyone. And obviously, like I said before, I was probably lazy, probably inexperienced, didn't do it long enough, whatever. But another reason is I didn't really care about these things. Like to me, the only reason why I was doing it is just it can make me money. There's that potential there. If I do it, well, will probably make me money. But that's like outcome wasn't strong enough to keep me going. Rather than if what I was doing, the only benefit from it is not just it can make me money. Assuming another benefit is I really care about it. Now that's like a lot stronger to make me want to continue making progress, because if I really care about it and I just like the grind, the nature of the work, the challenges that come with it, like I'm just interested in that aspect, I just want to level up in this aspect, in this field, I'd be a lot more likely to make progress and keep getting better and all that. So I don't know, maybe my thoughts have been all over the place, but I just feel like you should do what you genuinely care about. Like I feel like you make better progress doing that than what if you are doing what you don't like. Because when you do like, if it's something you actually care about, think about it like a hill. So this is some hill or a river, whichever one you want to use. So let's say river. So this river is flowing downstream. Oh, whichever. Let's use this. This river is flowing downstream. If the thing is something like if the thing is what you're actually interested in and you want to actually level up in, you're going to sit in the boat and row your boat, follow the flow of the river. So as the river is flowing downstream, you're just following it. So both of you are basically moving together. But if it's something you don't, and imagine how effortless it would be, like imagine how quick you reach your results and everything. But if it's something you don't really give two fucks about, something you don't really care about, but you're just doing it because it can make me money, or it's the best business model I should start, it will be as if you are rowing upstream, like you are literally rowing against like this friction, because like that desire is just not there. That I don't use that passion, I don't use passion, but that interest is not just there. So you're literally like rowing against it, and it's not like it's impossible to succeed. That's not what I'm trying to say. Definitely you can still win, but it's just like 10 times harder. It will just be 10 times harder to row upstream and to just follow the river and flow downstream. So the point is like, why don't you find your own river that's just flowing and just join that flow? And the last thing also is you might not be able to make money because from the thing you're passionate about, because this was my biggest fear for the longest time, and this is why I kept repeating the same cycle of trying to do what is practical, because I had the fear that if I just did what was practical, I might not be able to make as much money. If I just followed my passion, I might not be able to make as much money than if I do what's practical. And that's actually very true. Like, that's true. But the thing is that it's okay. Like, it's fine. If you don't make the most money in the world, like, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And also, you can also always just like pivot later. You can always change. You can always level up. So, like, it's fine. But my fear basically was like, for example, like I said, I'm more interested in like filmmaking, videography, cinematography, writing stories, blah 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 blah, things of the nature. So let's assume my peak when I'm really grinding very hard and the career is like I'm doing very very well in my career. Let's just assume I'm making, let's say, $200,000 every year, just an assumption. Like that's literally when I'm really going balls to the wall, working very very hard. I'm making 200k every year. That's like $20,000 per month, something crazy like that. Like that's actually still good. But if I had chosen something more realistic, something more practical, like maybe sales, for example, or marketing, or like software, or AI, something like more major like that. Maybe if I'm working very hard, going balls to the wall, the peak of my career might be $2 million, $3 million, $5 million every year. Obviously, as you can see from the like more serious thing, $5 million is bigger than $200,000 by far, like crazy bigger than it. But it's like $200,000 a year, like is that bad? Obviously, it's not as good as $5 million, but is it necessarily a bad income? Like obviously not. If you're making 200k per year, like you're like already in the top 1% of the whole world. How many people in the world make $20,000 every month? Me personally, I don't know anybody that makes $20,000. I don't even really know anybody that makes $10,000 every month. So imagine you now being at 200k, like $20,000 every month, like you're already ahead. But it's like, at least me, I was fearing that loss, like, oh fuck, but I really want the 5 million because 5 million, I can retire my parents and I can buy this and I can do this and do this, which is not bad, but it's just like you can, like, I have to just let go of that desire. Like I have to just tell myself, like, you might not be able to make $5 million. I wasn't necessarily say $5 million, but you just get the point. But you might not be able to necessarily be able to make $5 million, and it's okay. Like it's fine. And also another thing also is like you can just do it later. Because think about the two people now. So let's assume you start the passion business, whatever, and you actually start making the 200k per year. If you now want to scale to $5 million, or who is more likely to now make $5 million? This person that has been doing the $200,000 per year business and is now kind of like knows how to do this stuff, and It's not like, okay, like 200k is good, but I really want to get to 5 million. Then, or this other guy that has no experience, doesn't do anything, but just wants to start the thing that can make him $5 million immediately. It's probably this guy that is already doing like the 200k. So like basically you can start at this side and level up to eventually. But also, even if you don't level up, like it's okay, it's fine. Like you might not necessarily reach, like that ultimate place, and it's fine. Like it's okay. I'm not trying to say you should necessarily become mediocre. You should like belittle your goals and everything. You should have small dick and set small goals. Like obviously set big goals and all that. So like failure is part of life. Not having what you want is part of life. I think we're usually scared of that failure. We're usually scared of that loss, and it's just like what I'm just trying to say is having the mindset that if I basically lose it, or if I don't make this work, or if I don't get to this level of money and all that, like it's fine. Like it's not the end of the world. Life goes on, and I can always just try again. So, anyways, this has been this video has been messy. It has not gone the way I thought it would go. But in summary, what I'm just trying to say is like just do what you actually want to do. Like I would say, forget about the online gurus. Just forget about the advice. Like just do what you actually want to do. If you really care about singing, there was a time I was really into singing songs and all that. If that's what you really care about, like just do that. If you really care about playing football and all that, just do that. If you really care about making videos, making films, just do that. You don't necessarily have to go and do sales and everything. But the thing I would do say is like, yes, you can do all this, your passion stuff, but try to learn the business side of things too. Because if you really want to make these passion things work, like you have to, the business side of it has to also be in check. Because if you are very, very good at singing songs, for example, but you are terrible at like marketing the song or showing the songs to an audience, like you're not still going to succeed. So as you are singing your songs, be learning how to like market it and show it to the audience and all that. As you are playing your football, be learning how to like network and meet people that can sign you to like a big league or something like that. Like so, still be learning that business side of it. Don't just focus on your passion itself. But in general, just do what you actually care about. Do what you're actually interested in. Stop trying to chase what can make me money, and rather just focus on what I actually want to do, what I'm actually interested in. So anyways, I've talked so much. My truth is dry as fuck. See ya, bro.